This is Ken Smith reminding you it happened today, June 24th. But the year was 1509. Henry VIII is crowned King of England. The year is 1664. The colony of New Jersey is founded. It was on this day, 1812, Napoleon Bonaparte's forces invade Russia. It was on this day, 1853, that President Franklin Pierce signs the Gadsden Purchase by buying almost 30,000 square miles from Mexico. It's the area of Arizona and New Mexico. He bought it for $10 million. It was on this day, 1880, the first performance of the song, "O Canada," was sung. It would become the national anthem of Canada. It was on this day, 1901, that the first exhibition of Pablo Picasso, he was only 19, his exhibition opens in Paris. It was this day, 1916, Mary Pickford becomes the first female film star, 1916, to receive $1 million contract. It was on this day, 1949, that Hopalong Cassidy becomes the first network cowboy program. It was on this day, 1982, that the U.S. Supreme Court rules that president can't be sued for actions in office. It was on this day, 1992, that Billy Joel gets an honorary diploma from Hicksville High School. He's 43 years old. It was on this day, 1992, that mafia boss John Gotti begins his life sentence in jail for murder and racketeering. It was on this day, 1993, Arab terrorist groups planning bombing the Holland and Lincoln tunnels are caught. It was on this day, 2004, that capital punishment is declared unconstitutional in New York State. It was on this day, 2018, that women drive for the first time in Saudi Arabia after the ban is lifted. But that was yesterday, June 24th. This is June 24th, 2020. A side effect of all of the virus complications, the racial conflicts, unnoticed by many, but yet quite aware by those who live in these communities, that complaints are skyrocketing about thundering fireworks exploding overhead. New Yorkers, in the first half of June, lodged a 100-fold increase in complaints compared to the previous year. The explosions begin around sundown, rattling windows into the morning. The city's 311 hotlines have received almost 3,000 fireworks complaints from June 1st to 16th. The pyrotechnics occur nightly in the 5 boroughs of New York. To get some shut-eye, another Upper Manhattan resident said she closes all windows, muffles the blast by turning on the noisy air conditioner, a fan, a white noise machine, and screwing in some tight-fitting earplugs. All of this disregarding the fact that fireworks are illegal in New York City. In Massachusetts, which has the country's strictest prohibitions against fireworks, police blame a spike in the complaints on the entire anxiety, fear, and something to do In upstate New York, Syracuse residents said they were being pushed to the brink by the pyrotechnics, and more than 530 people have signed a petition asking the mayor to crack down on constant fireworks that have been booming since May. In the meantime, researchers, armchair astronauts, even brides and grooms are looking for an out of this world wedding experience that they'll be able to celebrate, or perhaps collect data, or simply enjoy the view from 100,000 feet. Right now, a balloon with a pressurized cabin is being completed with a bar and a restroom. It's called Spaceship Neptune, operated by Space Perspectives, with property facilities leased from the Kennedy Space Center. The room will carry 8 passengers for 6 hours. The cabin, lifted by a huge hydrogen-filled balloon, will climb at a slow 12 miles per hour to an altitude of about 30 miles high. That will be followed by a slow descent to splash down in the Atlantic Ocean, where a recovery ship will be standing to secure the cabin and the crew. Test flights are occurring right now. They plan to be in business in the next 1 to 3 years. Well, this is a day filled with good news, bad news, confusing news. And yet behind it all is the good news that this is the day that the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. This is Ken Smith reminding you it happened today, June 24th, 2020.